When you start to look at dating in the backdrop of evolutionary psychology, all the pieces come together, and even behaviors that don't make sense start to become clearer. The modern red pill movement has helped many men level up in life, but I believe too often they fail to make concrete connections in explaining why their advice works. The dating dynamics you see today are a mere reflection of our biological imperatives, and any action you take to better yourself must be congruent with this inherent knowledge. Sure, you can be jacked, have money, a fleet of cars, and know all the tricks in the book when it comes to charming women, but there is a quality that goes much deeper in seducing the right kind of woman, and that is your drive and ambition. Too many men think of their attractive traits as an offer on a tray, laying them out in the best possible fashion and getting her to choose what you offer. But that's not how women think. They judge the man holding that tray instead of the offers on it. They look underneath all that bravado and alpha qualities and judge whether you're a man worth your salt. If you want quality women in your life, learn to understand dating dynamics from their perspective and do it against the backdrop of our evolutionary history. Men through all of history have been builders, conquerors, providers, and protectors. All of these traits are the result of an inner drive, ambition, and a sense of competition. It is the reason men have gone to war, built skyscrapers, gathered wealth, amassed resources, and acquired power. An ambitious man signals to women that he possesses these traditionally masculine traits and can be a long-term bet for her. It hardly matters what realm of competition you engage in. All that matters is there is a fire inside that forces you to be better, do bigger, and achieve mightier feats. This is how men have always become important, carved out their space, and led people throughout history. High-value men aren't created overnight, but are rather the culmination of a grueling, decade-long process of consistent self-improvement, as Andrew Tate has often said. The scariest yet the most beautiful thing about being a man is that you start in life as a blank slate. But that means you can draw whatever you want on that empty slate and build your character from the ground up. You can see this play out even in women's younger years, or at least the ones that are smart enough to know the value of a young, ambitious man. The guy in his 20s with no value as a man, no experience, and no money is a dime a dozen if he at least has the ambition and the drive to be something great. A man in control of his urges and emotions in his youth, who can keep his head down in deep work with a passion to become someone great, is the most seductive and attractive man in a woman's eyes. His actions lead to a future she can bet on and take the risk of committing to. If you're a young man watching this, understand something important. You are being fed a fad diet in popular culture, media, and Netflix that wants you to indulge in cheap pleasures, chase women to add numbers to your notch count, or live a docile and aimless life drowning in consumerist products. This is the tide of time you must fight against if you want to be an attractive and sought-after man in your later years. Justin Waller recently talked about how he gave up his 20s working and grinding. He challenged anyone to find a receipt of him drinking in the club for the entirety of that decade. This is the level of discipline you must embody to become a man of genuine value, and all of that can be traced down to the level of ambition you have and the masculine fire that drives your actions. There are many outward manifestations of this internal drive and passion that women notice, and confidence is perhaps the greatest among them. It's often misunderstood by young guys who overshoot the mark into cockiness and fake alpha bravado that women can easily see through. Instead, confidence in its purest form is absolute security in the man you are. It is the ability to be sure of yourself even if you've not ascended to that level as a man yet. It is the unshakable belief in your intelligence and hard work. It is the determination that you are on the right path and aren't afraid of making sacrifices to get there. This is the kind of secure masculinity that women are naturally drawn to. You can have nothing and yet be more valuable than a guy who's on a downward spiral in life. Confidence is also the ability to be vulnerable. If you can securely laugh at yourself and not think that it degrades your masculine image, that inner fullness you exude will attract everyone around you, including women. The process of becoming a high-value man requires pain, patience, and perseverance, because it is said that carving yourself into a strong man is painful, because you're both the sculptor and the stone. Add to that the fact that you are surrounded by a society of men drowning in distractions and hooked to self-destructive habits. Almost no one around you possesses the kind of strong masculine ambition and secure self-confidence to be able to stand out. You find nerds and incels or cocky alpha males who have nothing else going for them. This is the space in between you can carve out for yourself, because becoming a high-value man requires you to have a degree of both. If you're a nerd, work out. If you're an empty-headed gym freak, start reading books. A jacked nerd is unstoppable. But that requires ambition and hard work. It requires you to have an image of your future self that you want to be, that can pull you forward and force you to work towards it. All of these qualities in your later life will translate into the biggest turn-on for women of all ages, and that is your social status. The cold truth about the world is that men aren't valued unless they provide something, and they can't garner social status unless they do something that society wants. This means that men have to excel professionally, make money, get others' respect, and be a leader in their realm. That is the characteristic that women are drawn to like a moth to a flame. That is social proof that comes as a result of your status. But all of that is impossible unless you have the patience, drive, and fire to achieve great things and become someone important to society. This is what masculinity has always been about and still is. Becoming such a man requires you to remain steadfast in your pursuit of greatness and to fight through the barrage of weak social messaging that wants to tear down masculine ideals and stop men from realizing their true potential. What you need is a stock of knowledge and wisdom you can always turn to when you feel down and out that can help you get back up and continue the chase. That is why this channel exists. It aims to bring out the best in you and guide modern men through the difficult and time-taking process of becoming high-value men. If that sounds interesting, join our community by liking the video and hitting the subscribe button so you never miss another important update. The information you'll find here will give you the edge over other men that you've been looking for. Until next time.